Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Ay, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and those watching all over the world, magandang buhay po sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang Politika all the way. Peace and love. Yan. Kaya ngayon, ang ating pong guest, ay nako, matutuwa kayo kasi you rarely see him on TV. But you see him in the news, but rarely on TV na nakaupo lang, relax lang, chill lang, no? Stress-free, di ba? Pero lagi siya nakikita, lalo sa mga rallies, lalo sa mga lokasyon ng mga maraming nagtitipon-tipon para pag-usapan ng mga bagay-bagay tungkol sa ating bansa, especially the important issues of the day. From way back pa, nakikita nyo na siya. But this time, makikita nyo siya dito to talk about these things in hopefully in a more light and laughable manner if you're going to call it that, no? He is currently the president of Bayan and now the campaign manager of Makabayan Bloc with a political party, no? So without further ado, please welcome siya ang #1 activist. Yan, sabi nila, no? Yan ang number activist. Very active kasi siya ay aktivista. Ganun. Mr. Renato Reyes Jr. Ayan.
Hello.
Magandang buhay sa iyo.
Yes, magandang gabi. Salamat sa pag-imbita dito sa iyong show.
Pleasure's all mine. Last time magkita tayo pare was years ago.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Pero lagi naman kita nakikita eh. Lagi nakikita kung saan daan, di ba?
Sang mga kalsada.
Kalsada, di ba? So bago naman ang venue natin, bagong venue natin. Dito naman.
Oo. Ako nga, kulang na kulang yung ganitong mga shows ngayon. We need more late night talk shows na political, irreverent, yung kayang pagtawanan lahat ng mga nangyayari sa bansa. Pero syempre, ine-educate mo rin yung mga tao.
That's correct. Tama yung sinabi mo. Eksakto yun. Yung sinabi mo na pagtatawanan na lang natin, but at the same time, there's substance, no? And there's education. Di ba? Kasi mahirap na yung masyado natin siniseryoso. Mga seryoso sa buhay, parang dinidextrose na yan. Kaya, but more than anything else, of course, gusto kong malaman din yung mga ng audience natin na there's different side also to you. Kasi lagi lang nakikita, galit ka sa streets, galit ka sa gobyerno, galit ka sa, di ba? Di ba? Nakikita ka lang, tumatawa ka rin ba? Uy, matawa rin pala si Renato, pare. Di ba?
Siyempre, pag nasa rally, kailangan, seryoso ka eh.
That's true,
diba?
that's true.
May pinaglalaban, may mga issues eh. Pero outside, siyempre, we're very much, like any normal
human being.
Human being.
Okay. First question ko, pare. Nag-hit index tayo recently, di ba? 40, 45 yata, racket pa yun ng 50 or something, sabi nila eh. Saan pinakamasarap mag-rally? Mainit, umuulan, umaambon? Ano bang pinakamagandang conducive for rallies, pare?
Ako, sa experience ko, mas pipiliin ko na sana umulan na lang kaysa yung sobrang init.
Talaga?
Oo.
Nakakadagdag mo sa init ng ulo? Ano ba yan?
Tsaka marami talaga nahi-heat stroke.
Talaga?
Can you imagine na yung rallies during May 1, kasagsagan ng init yan. Tapos talagang naka-standby lagi yung mga first aid kasi siguradong may mga heat stroke, may mga hihimatayin. Grabe ngayon, no?
When you say rally of May 1, that's Labor Day.
Yeah, it's Labor Day.
And is that one of those rallies na talagang laging pinaka-well-attended na pagka?
Of course, oo. Kasi parang red letter day ang tawag dyan. So, people really go to the May 1st rally kasi holiday din yan. Of course, yun nga, no? Now, itong nakaraang taon, iniisip namin, grabe na rin talaga ang init, no? At kung paano mag-survive yung mga tao. No? Gawin kaya natin, hapon o gabi yung rally. Pwede kaya yun? Pwede kaya? Naisip na rin namin yun. Pwede kaya hapon natin gawin? Para hindi naman masyadong mainit. Pero at any rate, hindi naman nadidiminish yung damdamin ng mga tao. Of course, they would still go, no? Regardless kung yan by umaga or sa gabi. Ang importante, ano yung daladalang issue.
Right. And the issues of the day, of course, is ones that is instigated by your group. kayong ano yan? Kayo lagi nagpuput together? O paano ba? How does a rally start from the very beginning? Yan.
The issues are there, no? Kasi we don't invent the issues, diba?
Okay.
Kasi kahit anong sigaw namin dyan, kung wala namang material basis yun, it's not gonna float, diba?
Right.
So, always, pinagmumula namin, ano yung concrete conditions? So, you have, right now, very high prices, very low wages, tapos laganap yung corruption allegations sa loob ng gobyerno. So, when you organize a rally, isipin mo una, what message do you want to put across? Ano yung gusto natin na maging participation ng tao? Kasi a rally is not just something na parang it's a conspiracy organized by leaders, no? Hindi kailangan yung tao ba issue niya to? No? Sasama ba siya diyan na hindi siya napipilitan or in some cases no yung nakikita natin sa rally ng mga politiko nababayaran.
Nababayaran, okay.
Di ba? Sa amin wala naman kaming ganoon eh. No? Wala naman tayong pambayad, dapat bukas sa loob, voluntaryo. So isipin mo talaga, is this really something na people feel strongly for? So yun ang magiging simula.
So that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Na do they call you? Sabihin nila pare, merong tumaas na naman ang gasolina or tumaas na naman ang ganito rito, and yet at the same time yung mga sweldo ng mga manggagawa hindi tumataas. Rally nga tayo. Is that the way to do it or
Kasi kami we're the ones organizing it,
Yeah.
you know? Pero if merong humingi ng tulong na magbo-welga kami. Right now may welga dun sa Nexperias. Sabihin ng mga workers from Laguna, may welga kami, pwede ba niyo kami supportahan? Of course we will support. Pero most of the time kami yung nag-iisip ano ba yung akma, ano yung hinihingi ng pagkakataon at ng panahon, and how are we going to respond to those issues collectively para mailabas din yung damdamin ng tao.
Alam mo, we've been friends for a long time. I've known you, I've seen you, pare, miski as far back as even my days in Congress pa, hindi pa ako bumabalik. Heartthrob days ko pa yun after. Kaya, hindi ka na tumakbo, pare, or did you ever? Hindi, no?
Ako, I refuse to eh.
Bakit?
Ayoko.
Hindi, katulad niyan, pare, si Teddy.
Yes.
Naging congressman na. I remember when Teddy won, I phoned him. Sabi ko, Kong, your honor na tawag ko sa'yo, pare. Now's the time to do something talaga substantial na because you're in power, di ba? Na ang sagot niya sa akin Joe, pare, we can only do so much pag naandito ka pala eh. Parang nag-iisa ka rin. No, so parang to me, is it not an exercise in futility kung makapasok ko man isa, dalawa, wala rin. Hindi ba dapat massive action na talaga or something? I don't know. You're the better judge for that.
Talagang you can't really change it from within.
Okay.
So kami, nakapagpapanalo kami ng mga Congress representatives. No? But from the onset, alam na nila yung limitations. You will always get outvoted. Di ba? Sino yung boboto against the national budget? Meron ka lang 3 makabayan representatives ngayon. So definitely the budget will pass, di ba? Pero ang value noon, within that chamber, within that platform, there are people who pose as the radical opposition, who call out yung mga mali, no? And minsan, makakachamba rin, or hindi naman chamba, pero saswertihin ka na, yung impeachment, no? Parang unthinkable yan 2 years ago, pero now, nangyari na siya.
Right,
di ba?
right.
So, may papel din yung mga representatives natin sa pagtutulak nun.
So, kumbaga, a drop in the bucket, a small droplet in the bucket will always get that bucket wet.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi iba, we're just a drop in the bucket, hindi. Pero at least you still get it wet. Meron ko pa rin marka kahit paano.
Tsaka minsan, malay mo, di ba? May 10 palanggana na yung bato. Merong
Pag
mga ganung-
dumami,
may mga
that's
ganung
true.
pangyayari.
That's true, that's
So,
true.
hindi natin i-underestimate na, sige, 3 lang sila dyan. Pero minsan, yung boses nila, may diin yun, may puwersa yun, may lakas yun. Of course, yun nga. But no illusions that you're really going to change everything just by having members of Congress.
Well, that's true. I read somewhere nga na one individual with a strong mind and spirit is already a majority. If he has his own thinking about thoughts about, issues and all of these things. Strong majority na yun kahit nag-iisa ka eh.
Well, sa amin nga, ang thinking namin, the majority that we're trying to reach out are not the individual votes in Congress, but yung majority outside Congress.
Okay.
Yun ang mahalaga.
Yung people talaga.
Oo.
Oo. Which brings me back to my question, bakit di ka tumakbo pa? Di ba?
Ayoko eh.
Ba-
Ayoko. I made that decision years ago na parang hindi yata ako bagay doon.
Really?
Tsaka yung skill set ko, parang hindi para doon. I mean, there are way better people na pwede sa ganoong kind of arena. And we have them now. No, we have 3 in Congress.
Okay.
We have 11 candidates running for the Senate. Sila yung, I think, are in the best position. No? At yung kanilang skills at yung kanilang puso ay tamang-tama para sa ganong gawain.
Kasi we have a very inclusive government. I've seen it for myself na merong mga from the left wing and from the far right, and yet they're serving in this government kay Presidente BBM. Are you willing to,
No, I don't think, well, wala namang ganong offer. And if ever, hindi naman tayo pwedeng pumasok doon. I mean, we have been in opposition of the current administration. So, I think mas mainam na nandun kami sa labas.
Sa labas.
Kami yung
check and balance.
nakakabatikos man, nakakapagbigay ng mga komentaryo doon sa nangyayari. And I think yung calling namin mas doon sa labas nga, sa tao. Hindi yung papakalipin ka sa mga opisyal ng gobyerno. Parang hindi naman yun ang gusto nating
Kasi meron kasi minsan sinasabi na some people are opposing for the sake of opposition. 'Di ba? Na para bang sabi mo na nga, hindi dito na lang parang oppose na lang oppose. And yet, sige, ikaw kumbaga, ang biro ko nga dyan, sige, oppose na oppose, ikaw paupo ko. Papaupuin kita dyan, and you do your thing.
Yeah.
Hindi mo na inisip yan.
Pero we have colleagues, comrades, who were able to serve in government during the previous administration. Of course, they found out na marami ding limitations yun. Kasi okay, nandun ka, you want to implement agrarian reform, pero babangga ka dun sa mga big landlords in Congress. You want to implement yung social services, pero babangga ka dun sa mga politiko na gusto nila, hawak nila yung ayuda, or meron silang say sa ayuda. So, yun talaga, na-realize mo na kung kahit nandun doon ka, you join the executive, parang hindi rin ganun talaga kalayo ang mararating eh. Kung wala ka namang, yung nagtutulak from the outside.
Right.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Have you had the chance to talk to the president? I mean, now.
Yung current president?
Current president,
No,
BBM.
I do not know him
President.
personally. No, I have not had the opportunity.
Hindi pa. But if in case sabihin niya sa akin, patawag mo nga si Renato, I just want to hear his, kasi if you remember, even the time of the APO, years back, there were some from the left, far-leaning pa, talagang minsan militarily, kasama pa, involved pa sila sa mga Pero they joined the government. During the 70s, di ba? Would you sit down with him? I
don't know, there's never any problem in sitting down to talk. May peace talks nga di ba? May mga rebelde at saka yung gobyerno nag-uusap sa peace talks, di ba? So, walang problema mag-usap, pero ibang bagay kung sasali ka na ba doon, join ka na ba doon sa administration niya, or abandon mo na yung mga prinsipyo mo, parang mahirap naman yung gano'n. Diba?
So talagang mahirap nga. I get your point. Mahirap din kasi yung you get into it, tapos you just get into it half-heartedly. Baka you're not one to compromise.
Okay, meron namang mga panahon na you can compromise, basta within reasonable limits, tsaka yung in accordance with principles, diba? Wala ka namang isusuko, hindi mo naman benta yung kaluluwa mo.
That's true,
hindi naman
true.
yun ang gusto natin.
That's
Pero
true.
pwede naman laging mag-usap. Tignan natin, depende rin sa pag-uusapan. Diba?
Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi I've seen your work, your body of work, both yung politics from the rallying days to kasi college pa lang tayo noon, pare, tanyada days pa lang. Naalala ko, nakikita na kita eh. Di ba? Minsan, yung ibang...
Parang wala pa ako doon. High school pa lang ako noon.
Di ba? Oo nga, no? Kasi UST ako, alabas kami, ganyan. Tapos, pupunta yung and then, pagdating na ng mga mga mid-90s na to the early 2000, I've seen you, and I've felt your, already, your passion for it, no? So, isn't it not frustrating for you, parit, na after 30 years, para bang nang ganto pa rin tayo? Ano ba yun, di ba? Ang dami na nating, di ba? Na para bang, ako na nga lang. Di ba minsan ganun eh.
Wow.
Gawin mo nga. Hindi, ako na lang. Alam ko na kung paano gawin yan eh.
Marami ang ganyan sa social media. Ikaw kaya akong presidente.
Di ba?
Pero hindi naman frustrating. Yun nga lang, mapapaisip ka rin na, this is harder than I expected nung bata-bata pa ako.
Di ba?
Di ba? Talagang kikita mo na yung reality, no? Pero never siya naging source ng parang frustration or parang wala nang pag-asa. No. Meron nga akong mga kaibigan, parang hindi nila maisip, no, na yung 2022, no, when we had the second Marcos administration, you have friends who fought the first Marcos dictatorship, but never in their wildest dreams naisip nila na there will be a Marcos 2.0.
Yeah.
So, ano ba yan? Parang cause for hopelessness na, no? I don't think so. I think yung tao, meron silang unique capacity to understand things. Kailangan lang tiyagain mong ipaliwanag. No? And not give up on the people. Kasi nga, at the end of the day, it's really the people who will push for that change. Hindi naman yung mga leaders, not the politicians, not the individuals. It's really getting the people involved. So, pag sinukuan natin yun, wala na.
That's true. Yun ang gusto ko sa'yo. Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, friends, nakita nyo. Si Renato, even though he's been in the opposition, or at least andun siya sa good side of the people, protection of the people na lang. Huwag na natin opposition, pare. Kasi coming yan from those in the, yung balance ka for you to even say na, let's give him a chance. Hindi ka close to the idea of he may be, he is good, he may be doing well.
Not so much as giving him a chance, no, but giving the people the chance na we can still change minds, we can still raise awareness, no. Kasi ako, when the administration took office in 2022, wala kaming illusions doon. We already knew what direction it was going to take. No, it was not about giving him a chance, no? Kasi we immediately took an oppositional or adversarial position sa administration. So first SONA, nandun na kami, no? We're already in the streets, and subsequent SONAs, of course. Ang gusto natin, yung tao na, okay, let the
awareness
people,
ba?
let the people figure out na, yung binoto, hindi yan yung inaakala nyo magliligtas sa atin. Ako rin I refuse to subscribe to the idea na kasalanan lahat to ng botante.
Okay.
Yung tinatawag nilang bobotante, so derogatory na
okay.
parang sisisihin talaga yung, ultimately sinisisi yung mga mahihirap eh. And ako, I refuse to accept that na kasalanan to ng mga tao.
Okay.
No? Baka kasalanan to ng mga institutions natin na hindi na ipaliwanag sa mga tao what is at stake. At kasalanan to ng system natin na we have very desperate people na talagang kapit na lang, no, doon sa yung binibigay ng mga ayuda, and yun ang magdedetermine kung sinong iboboto nila. Kasalanan ba ng tao yun na mahirap sila, di ba? Mahirap nung ganung reasoning eh.
Hindi, pero ang akin, if you will, no, katulad sinabi mo, at the onset, wala pang nangyayari, ibig sabihin, nag-o-oppose na tayo.
Okay,
That's what you said.
Kasi we have the benefit of history. No? So, what does history tell us, di ba? The family, the associates, no, lean towards this, meron silang ganitong predisposition na. Meron silang ganitong track record, no? So, you don't start na parang clean slate lahat, no? Walang ganun eh.
It doesn't follow na yung sinasabi nila that the sins of the father are not the sins of the son. So the father is not the son. So
It's true, the father is not the son, no? The son is not the father, but it matters what is the mindset of the son in relation to the sins of the
So you're
father.
saying that they're coming from the same tree.
They are, no? It's not just the same tree, it's from same class, di ba?
Okay.
Oh, so, importante yun na while the son is different from the father, it's important what does the son think of the sins of the father? What does the son think about history? Or is the son denying yung history na pinagdaanan natin?
Okay. So yun ang pinanggagalingan mo. Okay.
Oh.
Well, point taken. Kasi ibang nagsasabi diyan na siyempre everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a second crack of things. And his presidency precisely was anchored on wala na to. This has been done with, over and done with. Yung time ng tatay ko, this is a different Marcos. Yun ang supposed to be ang pinanggagalingan nung term niya ngayon. You know? So you're saying na yung inyong opposition is also based on what happened, transpired before. So not really what is present now. What is present to you.
Both what happened in history and how things are unfolding now. Based sa nakikita natin. Buo yun.
Dikit ha. Let's talk about ano muna. Before we go to the present one, let's talk about the Duterte administration. Yan. People are saying it's actually part of the controversial natin na parang tahimik daw kayo or your group went during the time of Duterte. Is that true? Did you really?
No, it's not true. In fact, no other political force during the time of Duterte sacrificed so many. No, in terms of number of people who were killed, who were arrested, who were harassed.
Yeah.
Sa mga kasama namin yun eh. No, and there was not a time during the Duterte administration that we were not in the streets.
Okay.
Even during the time na meron kaming mga kasamahan who were members of the cabinet, never kami nawala sa kalsada ron. Never kaming huminto sa pagpoprotesta. More so, nung wala na yung mga kasamahan namin sa loob ng gobyerno at nakita na namin na, so this is really what he's going to stand for, mas malakas naman. Of course, matindi rin yung crackdown on the left. So many friends were killed during that time. So, imposibleng sabihin na tahimik kami. Pinakamaraming ang nakulong at napatay galing sa hanay nga ng kaliwa.
Yun ang gagaling pa yung red tagging.
Of course, oo.
Nung time din. So is it safe to say now na ganun din pagka si VP Sara because the apple will not fall far from the tree?
Well,
if it's going to be Sara, it's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be the same thing and we're seeing it right now, no? Hindi pa man Pangulo, pero the way na yung inaasal sa Kongreso, yung paraan ng how she calls our leaders, no?
Yeah,
yung gigil na gigil sa mga aktivista at kaliwa. Yun ang Duterte 2.0. No? Grabe.
Talagang Pero so between the two families now, pare ko, that's kasi Duterte and Marcos medyo coming from the side of a solid thinking opposition that you are. Anong mas sa tingin mo? Mas okay ba yung Duterte o Marcos? What is the choice of lesser evil for you?
Well, yun na nga eh. I think people should not be made to choose between lesser evils. Kasi we have been doing that for the last, 50 years, no?
Right.
So, yun ang reason bakit kami nagpatakbo ngayon. Kasi iniisip namin, hindi naman pwedeng ganun na lang. Na you're left with the choice, Marcos ba? Or Duterte
ba?
So, wala na bang pwedeng pagpilian yung mga tao? At least give them an opportunity na, merong alternative, no? Bigyan natin sila ng ganoong pagpipilian. No? Hindi naman pwedeng, yun nga, sabi nga ni Harry Roque, kasamaan at kadiliman. Hindi naman pwedeng gano'n na lang tayo lagi.
Pero yung kay Harry na yan, what, do you believe that he's guilty?
I can't say do sa yung mga personal circumstances niya, but of course, from the hearings that we have seen, siyempre, talagang may kailangan pailiwanag
That's right.
yung how he got entangled with all these pogos and personalities.
Pero
no?
medyo malalim-lalim na rin talaga kasi katulad niyan, yung forthwith, they're anchoring everything on the forthwith, yung pagdating sa impeachment. Which essentially, sinasabi, dapat gawin na natin impeachment ngayon. Do you agree with that? Are you
of
you
course.
advocate that a quick one, a swift one?
Well, I can't say if it's going to be swift, no? Pero as complainants, kasi kami yung
Kayo bang first?
Sa ikalawa.
Ikalawa.
Oo, so as part of the second complaint, yung makabayan, yung bayan, we believe that the impeachment should happen as soon as possible. Forthwith nga, parang unthinkable din sa amin na we are going to wait until the next SONA in July,
July
bago
pa.
magsimula ito. And that has never happened. I mean, we saw the ERAP impeachment, yung Corona impeachment, hindi naman ganun katagal yung inabot. Kaya lang yun nga, unique ngayon dahil nangyari itong impeachment na may eleksyon.
May eleksyon.
Tapos nakarisas ang
Right.
House at ang Senado. So, anong gagawin? Pero,
Being the political savvy person that you are, pare, what do you think is the inner linings when it comes to this? Anong inner maneuverings kung bakit hanggang pahintayin pa ng July? Meron bang ganon?
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
tignan natin mukhang yung mga senador, parang ayaw nilang magkaroon ng trial habang nag-eleksyon.
Habang nag-eleksyon.
Ay, di ba? Imagine a trial na impeachment. Yung nakita na natin in the past. Yan yung daily telenovela na tinututukan ng tao. No?
Bring out the popcorn.
Di ba?
no?
Everyday yan, nakatutok dyan ng publiko. So imagine what kind of pressure that creates siguro on some senators na alam na natin na maaring wala silang ambag sa trial or they are voting a certain direction. In an election year, syempre, siguro nararamdaman nila, ay, nako, magiging vulnerable kami dito kasi the whole nation is watching Tapos pag nagkamote kami doon, paano na? Diba?
That's true, para apektuhan sila.
Oo.
You think yung Duterte administration was, kasi as they claim to be, sila yung parang saving glory ng parang new glory days sila as they say, no? Do you agree with that? Na ang daming naging ang nakilala yung Pilipinas, naging matigas yung Pilipinas, yung ganyan, no? Yun ang lagi na sinasabi. Marami anti-drug, something like that. Do you agree?
Well, definitely not. Kasi, I mean, nakilala man tayo, pero in the wrong way. No? Nahanay tayo dun sa mga parang worst of the worst no sa mundo. Nahanay tayo sa mga authoritarian regimes, no? Yung human rights situation. We went to Geneva, to the UN, talagang nababatikos yung Philippine government doon when it comes to corruption.
So itong meron ka ring worry kay VP Sara that
And ako iniisip ko
have you had
talaga.
a chance to talk to her?
No, hindi ko rin siya kilala personally, no. Gusto kong mag-backtrack, punta tayo dun sa yung how it happened in the US, no.
Okay.
Di ba hindi naman nakakagulat pero nakaka-shock pa rin na nagkaroon ng Trump 2.0. After everything he did, including yung January 6 na muntik na nilang nilusob na nila yung Kongreso.
Yung Capitol,
yung Capitol, di ba? Nanalo pa rin Diba? Tapos ngayon, it would appear na the Vice President meron pa rin siyang following. No? The Duterte family, meron pa rin silang following. So, it's very important for us to understand bakit. No? Ano yung mga sinasabi nila na posibleng nakaka-resonate sa tao. Maaring hindi tama or totoo yung mga sinasabi nila, pero bakit kaya bentang-benta doon sa iba, no? Of course, hindi naman yan lagi, no? Steadily, nagde-decline din naman yung kanilang mga ratings. Pero it's really strange, no, na meron talagang mga ganong diehards, no, na sumusuporta pa rin sa kanila. Well, if you look back in our own history, di ba, marami din naman na naging mga Marcos loyalists, di ba? So, hindi rin naman surprising. Pero kailangan nating maintindihan rather than sabihin na, ay, mga bobo kayo. Wag natin ganunin yung mga tao. Intindihin natin bakit sila nadadala ng mga ganong rhetoric.
That's a good good way of presenting it, ha? Kasi minsan ang dami ko rin na-encounter na, 'di ba, sabi nga nila, you deserve the leadership that you put there. Ngayon, kasi insinuating na kasi ganyan kasi bobo yung mga bobotante, katulad sinabi mo kanina, mga bobo. Dapat pala tama, no, friends, no, yung lahat ng nakikinig po sa atin. Tama yung I agree with you 101%. Dapat isipin nga natin kung saan pinanggalingan yan. Dapat, kumbaga, using the everyday parlance, may hugot yan, kaya sila nakaka-resonate. May hugot. At may pangangailangan yung mga tao natin.
Yung corruption, siguro baka hindi agad apparent yun kasi nga, yung politician, sasabihin nila, hindi ko naman hinawakan yung pera eh. Kasi ang pera, nasa mga departments, nasa DOLE, nasa DOH, nasa DSWD, no? But what the ayuda creates is yung tinatawag na patronage, no? Kumbaga, bago ka mapasama doon sa listahan ng makakatanggap ng ayuda, syempre, kailangan na-endorse ka muna ni congressman. So, doon yung nakikita nating problema na politicized kasi nga every list will have to come from the congressman, endorsed by the congressman. Syempre, diyan napapasok yung may mga, ito, kasama to kasi kakampi. Ito, hindi to kakampi, makulit to, wag ka muna.
Makulit to, wag ka muna. So, you're talking about the system of ayuda. What if they come up with a system na hindi ganon? Will you be in favor of it? Like for instance, wala nang ganong, kasi lumalabas yan, sinasabi mo kasi parang politics of patronage politics, di ba? So, yan ang nagiging problema. What if diretso na, halimbawa, kung wari lang system lang, would you agree to, halimbawa, ito lahat yan, ha? Ito muna kayo bibigyan, wala nang dadaan sa okay sa'yo yun.
Pwede siguro kung walang intervention ng mga politiko.
Basta walang intervention politiko.
Pero yung may mga services kasi na hindi na dapat in the form of ayuda. For example, health, di ba? Kailangan mo bang pumila sa congressman para humingi ng guarantee letter at makapagbayad ka ng hospital bills? What if yung billions na ginagamit for that ayuda, idiretso nyo sa hospital and let the hospitals provide free health services. Wala nang pakialam ang mga politiko doon, no? It's between the patient and the hospital lang.
So, tama sinabi mo, at least yung pangangailangan at doon na nga diretso na. Hindi na sila kailangan pang humingi ng endorsement, doon na lang diretso
Yun ang problema nga kasi everything is politicized in that way na kailangan talagang kailangan mong magmakaawa or humingi ng tulong dun sa mga congressman at mga senador.
Sabi ko naman natin, ikaw na lang tumakbo pare. Ako na lang ang pay manager mo.
Hindi tayo bagay dyan eh.
Di ba? Kaya, Sige. There are some questions here from the internet. I hope, meron kaming IQ dito
Sige.
Internet questions. From CJ Bonto, ito mo nakakatawa to. Ikaw ang nabubasa. Kung
may loyalty card ang pagrarally, nakailang points ka na? Marami na siguro. Marami na.
Marami ng points.
Kaya lang yung points, wala kang paggagamitan nun eh.
Wala magagamitan.
Wala na mga katumbas yun.
Hindi. Ang katumbas nun, pare, pagmamahal ng tao sa'yo. Ganun lang yun, di ba? Actually, kasi pag may rally, ikaw ang ganinahanap. Di ba? Okay. Okay. Ito, yan. From Filma Puntilla Kalimutan. Ayan, pare, ikaw na.
Bakit hindi ka nagrarally ngayon ang tahimik mo? To think this is the worst admin ever. Ang DDS yan.
DDS!
Kakarally lang namin nung February 25, nandoon kami sa EDSA People Power Monument.
Okay.
So naman, we are very much in the streets. No? At hindi yun dahil parang kakampi namin itong administration. I don't think that's even true. No? At kitang-kita naman na we have opposed many of the policies of this administration.
Pero okay, let's quickly jump into that. Yung EDSA natin, we're all, na tayo niyan, may isip na tayo niyan, no? Do you think that after how many years, did it work?
Well, yung EDSA, ang nagawa lang niya, siyempre, natanggal yung diktadura, napalitan yung namumuno. Pero hindi naman niya nabago lahat eh. Diba? Okay. So, yun nga, I mean, yung tragedy doon, after EDSA, nagkaroon pa ng second Marcos administration. No?
yeah.
That's the clearest proof na talagang hindi natin nabago. Kasi nakabalik pa eh.
Right.
Diba? Dapat hindi na nakakabalik yun. Sa ibang bansa nga, unthinkable din na makakabalik pa yung mga ganun. Pero here we are. Diba?
Okay, ito pare. From Arthur Puyat. Yan. He might be an atheist. Yan. Please ask if he believes nothing created everything and then tell him to make a case to the well. Ano, mabigat ha? Mabigat.
Pwede naman ako, galing ako sa Catholic all-boys school.
Ganun ba?
Oo, from elementary to high school, no?
And then,
Masyadong malalim.
Ito maganda, dong kay Dudong. Bakit ito maganda to? Because ikaw ang ng Makabayan Black eh. Bakit mga kandidato ng Makabayan ang dapat naming piliin from Dong Dudong?
Well, unang-una, yung mga kandidato ng Makabayan, mga totoong tao, galing sa mga sektor na apektado. Definitely, itong mga kandidato namin, walang kamag-anak na politiko. So, hindi sila dynasty. Definitely, hindi ito mayayaman. No? Sobrang hirap ng mga kampanya ngayon, yung mga kandidato namin. At wala silang record na nagpayaman. So, yun ang maipagmamalaki namin. Hindi nagnakaw, hindi nagpayaman, hindi sila part ng any political dynasty. And alam nila yung problema kasi nararanasan nila yun sa araw-araw eh. Nagko-commute din sila, di ba? Nagugutom din sila. Problema rin nila yung high prices, no? So mas attuned sila dun sa problema ng tao kaysa itong mga tao na never nag-commute at laging, di ba, may mga gumagamit pa ng EDSA bus lane, no? para makapunta sa paroroonan. Hindi pwede eh, di ba?
Diba? Tama. At least alam mo yung sila yung tunay na may hugot, yung sinasabi mo.
Danas nila yung mga problema. And I think we need more of those people kaysa yung mga tao na, people creating our transport policies and laws but they don't use public transportation. Diba? Anong patutunguhan ng ganun?
That's correct. Sabi nga nila, mas madali yung mas maigi yung nakaramdam ng hirap para alam nila kung ano. Merong tawag doon na sinasabi nila yung ikaw ang actual you cannot give what you do not have. Ika nga, di ba? You should know the poverty somehow one way or the other para for you to be able to give out and give back, no? Kung paano
ang sa amin
i-resolve.
lang, bigyan natin ng chance to. Kasi ito, nasubukan na natin yung yung mayayaman, yung bilyonaryo, yung real estate developer. Nasubukan na natin yung mga yung mga abogado, di ba? Sandamakmak na abogado nasa Congress, sa Senate. Subukan kaya natin na ito magsasaka. Siguro ito, mas may maalam to kung paano bababa yung presyo ng bigas. Ito, mangingisda, alam nito kung paano, anong gagawin ng kailangan ng fisher folk natin sa West Philippine Sea. Ito, laborer, willing to work sa Senate for minimum wage. Hindi kailangan napakalaki ng sinusweldo, pero alam niya ano yung takbo ng araw-araw na buhay ng mga kababayan natin. Subukan naman natin yung ganun kasi itong mga kasalukuyan, nasubukan na natin yan for the last how many years, di ba? Wala namang makabuluhang nagbago.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Ang nakikita kong premise, on that premise, okay yan. Kaya lang makikita ko dyan, yung mga mag-o-oppose dyan, sabihin naman, baka naman pagdating doon, tsaka pa lang sila mag-aaral with other things to do. Katulad yun, yung iba, syempre, di ba, nagiging, alam mo na, marami may
OJT.
mga artista, OJT, on the job training na lang sila. Doon lang sila nagsisimula. Baka naman sabihin, ganun.
I can assure you, itong mga kandidato namin, they are very much prepared. Day one pa lang, prepared na yan. Kasi nga, a lot of the things that they will push through legislation, pinaglalaban din nila yun kahit wala pa sila sa Senado. Hindi pa man sila nakakaupo, pinaglalaban na nila. Minimum wage, itaas yung benepisyo ng mga teachers, di ba? Land reform. These are things na, kumbaga, sa pang-araw-araw, dala-dala na nila yan So when they enter the Senate, hindi sila parang, bubulakbol lang. Meron na silang konkreto and they're ready to file bills on day one sa unang araw nila sa trabaho.
Meron na bang may tinuruan ka ba doon na magsayaw or mga tugtugan ng mga di ba parang
Sabi namin
Makabayan.
Sabi namin
sabay-sabay.
sabi namin sa mga kandidato, guys, hindi tayo pang talent portion dito. Okay? Pero hindi mapigilan kasi apparently talented to mga kandidato, no? May mga nagra-rap, bigla na lang magra-rap.
Sa makabayan yan, ha?
Oo, isang mangingisda, si Ronel Rambulo, Fisher folk yun, pero biglang
Nagra-rap, ha?
biglang nagra-rap. Sabi ko, may talent din to mga to.
Lalabas na lang. In the same way, na ito hindi niya, magaling musikero din to si Renato, ha? Si Renato is musically inclined, pare. Do you play any instrument?
Yeah. Ako, I play siguro 4 instruments. Strings, syempre, gitara.
Gitara.
Tapos silindro, yung blues harp.
Blues harp.
Pero nagsimula ako piano.
Piano talaga.
Oo,
Pero
sinulola ko.
ano ang iyong tawag dito parang pinaka for music? Are you a blues type music? Rock and roll, soul.
Lahat dinaanan siguro, part ng evolution ng isang musikera, daanan mo lahat yun eh. Daanan mo yung blues, daanan mo yung 70s rock, daanan mo yung 80s new wave,
Right.
daanan mo yung grunge ng 90s, di ba?
Grunge.
Lahat, dadaanan mo yun eh, di ba? Tapos balik ka dun sa mga folk na asin. Experience mo lahat yun eh.
Pero anong pinaka, like for instance, sinakaraoke ba? Nalimutan ko na yung mga kinakanta natin dun sa... if you were to sing now for a karaoke ba, anong kakantahin?
Warm-up song ko yung yung I Want It That Way ng Backstreet Boys. Kailangan warm-up muna. Oo, warm-up. Pero pag nagkainitan na, syempre, Bon Jovi na.
Bon Jovi.
Yung mga Living on a Prayer, gano'n.
Matindi. Living on a Prayer.
Working class song yun.
Hindi, kasi mga parang pantanggal lahat ng stress yung inaano mo, Di ba?
Minsan na lang.
So, kabisado mo. Ako magda-drums. You
nga
are...
pala. My fire, the one desire leave when I say I want you that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Okay na. Baka masisanti na ako na.
Hindi, para naman sa makabayan mo. Tandaan nyo, di ba? Lahat pwede. Pero kasi yun everyone has to have some form of distressing. Especially with what's happening now in the country, di ba? So all these years, there's still new things that pop up and crop up na nakikita mo na need ng Filipinos. Lahat ng mga tao natin ngayon, they change over the years.
Well, yung mga fundamentals hindi nagbabago, yung mga basic na kahilingan. Pero iba, habang tumatagal, marami rin tayong natututunan, no? Especially during the pandemic, ang daming bago noon, di ba? Ano yung kailangan ng tao, di ba? Ngayon, tindi ng kahirapan, tapos ngayon na yung heat index, di ba? Literally the hottest issue right now. So, isip na yung mga anak, yung mga bata ngayon, no? Anong ginagawa nila para mag-survive sa classroom? So, all these things talagang nag-i-evolve din yan. Kailangan mong intindihin, no? At wag siyang maging routine. Kasi the moment it becomes a routine na parang in and out lang, ganyan na, no? Hindi na siya nagiging, I think for me, hindi na siya nagiging fulfilling. Tapos, hindi ka na rin lapat doon sa yung pulso at damdamin ng tao.
So, dapat yan a combination of excitement, emotional involvement, of course, yung issues, and then you mix it all up, and then you come up with a result.
Yeah.
Just to be happy about it until such time that you can do something talagang physically and na malaki para dun sa mga taong kausap mo.
Kumbaga, kapit ka lang.
Kapit lang.
The moment you start losing hope na, wala na, hindi na magbabago to. That's when it becomes routine, that's when it becomes mechanical. Pero so long as you think na, may pag-asa yung Pilipinas.
Parang ganito pala yan. Parang there is hope in you than most of who is in government now can ever hope to achieve. Importante na andyan ka. Ganun lang yun. Andyan kayo to be together in one vision and one mission.
Sana nga, yung may ganong, siguro appreciation na yung mga aktivista naman, hindi naman yan parang makagulo lang, no? Or may masabi lang. They've been around for years, no? And it's not because it's a job or a gainful employment. In fact, there's nothing gainful in terms of material benefits pag naging aktivista ka. No? Minsan nga, abonado ka pa, tsaka maraming sakripisyo. Pero yung purpose ng mga aktivista, nandiyan dyan, kasi nga may bumabalanse at may nagtutulak ng change. Moving forward, di ba? Iiwanan natin yung mga hindi magaganda dun sa nakaraan at sa kasalukuyan. So, I hope people also appreciate na may ganun. Kasi imagine kung walang mga aktivista or walang pupuna at babatikos, di lahat parang robot na lang. Diba?
Right.
Parang pangit naman yun.
At saka hindi exciting ang buhay nun, pare.
Oo.
Kailangan mo yun, di ba?
Walang progress kasi
Oo.
walang magtutulak na, "Uy,
Wala,
gawin natin to, baguhin natin to."
Correct. That's another way of check and balance then also, hindi lang within the government, but outside of government. Okay, last na, Barigo, I want to find out lang, how about family? Where's your family and how many kids do you have?
Isa lang.
Isa lang ba?
Oo.
O boy or girl?
Lalaki.
Lalaki?
Oo.
Sabi nga, it takes a real man
at,
to make another man, pare.
yung anak namin, he grew up joining rallies.
Oh, okay.
He has no idea na parang hindi siya parang bago or parang tingin niya it's part of the, paglaki niya. No? Naintindihan niya na meron siyang tungkulin. Yun, so itong huling sinama ko
Awareness
siya.
and involvement.
There's this funny story nga na, so we were going to protest in front of the Israeli embassy because of yung nangyayaring genocide sa Gaza. So sabi ko, anak, we're going to just run no, straight to the embassy and lalagpasan natin yung mga police, no? We got it. Okay na, alam mo na, takbo lang tayo hanggang kaya nating tumakbo, ha? So, nakikipagtulokan kami doon, tulakan, away doon sa mga police, tapos nag-speech na ako, no? Very, agitated. And then I realized, oh my God, nawala ko yung anak ko. Pagtingin ko, nawala na pala yung anak ko. Hindi ba anak ko? So, yan, kinontak ko siya, nasaan ka na? Hindi ako nakatakbo eh. Hindi siya nakatakbo.
Basta na yung tatay niya, pare.
Naiwan siya doon sa assembly area. Sabi ko, okay na, sige na, let's go na. Punta ka na dito. Kaya naman siya, okay naman siya. He grew up na, joining
that.
all these. So, hindi yun parang abnormal para sa kanya. He feels na, syempre, duty rin niya na makialam.
Okay. To be makialam, to be aware, to be involved.
Oo,
You know?
yun nga lang.
So-
Nawala ko siya sa...
Di ba? Pero okay na, at least nakita kayo, di ba? Okay, parang this is the time that we ask for your prayer for the country, for your group, for the election now that you are getting into with your group, with the senatorial that you have, no? Slate. I'll give you your moment to address our viewers, pare.
Well, yung prayer ko siguro is for everyone. Sa dami ng problema, it's for us not to lose hope. The election should be about hope. Meron tayong magagawa, meron tayong pwedeng baguhin. Kasi pag tinanggap na lang natin na hanggang dito na lang, and this is the best that we can ever hope for, kawawa naman ng Pilipinas. Diba? Deserve naman natin na higit pa dito. No? Alam natin, deserve natin na mas maayos, no? Mas mabuting kalagayan. And my prayer always is for us to keep pushing for that. Never lose hope. Kasi yung Pilipinas, may pag-asa dito eh. No? The moment na mawalan tayo ng pag-asa, alis na lang tayo. Uwi na lang tayo. Pero hindi ako naniniwalang hopeless ang situation. At sana kayo din na pwede nating baguhin sama-sama yung nangyayari.
Alright. Well said, Barigo. And that being said, maraming salamat sa iyo, Mr. Renato Reyes Jr. And pare, masabi ko lang din na you are that fire in our nation's desire. Pare. And I'm with you, Barigo. Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you very much.
Politica all the way.
Thank you again to Mr. Renato Reyes Jr. Maraming salamat sa iyo. And a quick recap lang of what we talked about, no? Just 3 things like I always do. Number 1, sabi niya nga, sila po ay aktivista para sa bayan. Sila ay all for love of country. Sabi nga nila, no bankroll, not on a payroll, but always with the principle. Okay. So, isa pang nalaman po rin natin na ang warm-up song pala ng ating guest ay yung song ng Backstreet Boys. Kasi lagi naman silang nasa street, no? They're out on the streets rallying, but this time walang warm-up song. The warm-up song ni Renato is Backstreet Boys, which means music is always a distressing factor for everyone, and for anyone who has problems, who has struggles. Yan, importante, you go back to music, lalo na kung gusto nyong mag-feel good, maganda yung may music, may dance, yon. So, maganda yan. Music is also always good for the soul. Okay. And lastly, on the third note, sabi niya, napakaganda, isang prayer niya is dapat hindi po tayo mawawalan ng pag-asa. Okay? Sabi nga, there are problems, there are struggles, they're all ever present, but hope is eternal. Huh? And hope sparks change, and hopefully, the change that we all aspire for and the change that we all hope for. So, don't lose hope. Okay? At dyan po nagtatapos ang politika all the way. Tandaan po natin, dito po, diskusyon, hindi away, opinyon, hindi personalan. This is Jojo A. Peace and love.
Politica all the way.